Hey, thanks for checking out Fast Eddie's Chop Shop. Here you have every right to be wrong, and I'm going to break it down for you. Um, am I wrong about this? A couple days ago, I didn't know who Alex, I have to look at it, Navalny is. Uh, can you honestly say that you knew who this guy was? And tragic, but he, obviously was in opposition of Putin and got first of all they tried to shut him down every way they could. I want you to follow this. Every way that they could. Again, I've never heard of this guy, but now he's almost worth World War III. But needless to say, Putin tried to shut him down, couldn't keep him quiet, and when they couldn't keep him quiet, they took him to court lots of times. And then when that wasn't working, they were letting him out and he was still talking. The free speech thing that we, hype up that we don't have anymore. But now he goes to jail and magically he dies. They're equating it, the Russian authorities are saying it's like infant death syndrome, sudden death syndrome. I don't know what happened. He just died. Although that's possible, that's highly unlikely. Now, I want to look at a couple of aspects of this. Does any of this, here's my only hope that something good can come out of this, is that if you hate Donald Trump and you're with what's going on with him, and then you look at this guy that you've never heard of and you're like, oh, poor guy, Russia, man, they are so evil. We're doing the same thing to Donald Trump. Where are you now? With your phony, never heard this guy before, and suddenly, like I said, he's worth World War III. Second point of this, he's worth World War III? What are we doing? Biden's up there, saying, Russia's in the wrong. We're not going to let this stand. When you're doing the same thing to your American citizens, what do you think Putin's telling his people right now? And he wouldn't be wrong. He'd be smart to show them our news and us talking smack about how evil he is and then just laughing. Now, of course, he might say, I'm not over there to see their news. He might say, hey, the guy died, I didn't do anything. But isn't it funny that America is blaming me for the very thing that they do to Donald Trump and to their general citizens nowadays? They try and shut you up. When that doesn't work, they're trying to lock him up. And if that doesn't work, what's next? I want you to, please, I've been saying this, it's like I'm trying to beat the drums here of think for yourself. And if Putin tells his people that, he wouldn't be wrong. And the problem with doing what we're doing to Trump, and the problem with Joe Biden, whoever's propping him up and gave him his little script to read, that, we're not going to stand for this. The warmongers are trying to start a war. Now, do I believe that they're trying to start World War III in terms of nukes and things like that? No, I know they've got underground cities and stuff built where they'll be just fine. You and I won't be, but they will be just fine. They might have to stay underground a few years, play lots of Scrabble, but at the end of the day, their generation will survive, or most likely. So, but having said all that, you would have to be a psychopath, which is possible with some of these guys, but there's not that many psychopaths. They don't think that what they're doing is going to cause nuclear World War III. They think it's going to cause like World War III in terms of reorganize the world. I desperately want to tell them they are wrong. You don't keep poking this bear, please. Don't keep poking this bear. The problem is you could poke it a little bit if America was still right. You know, it'd be like us telling other countries, hey, you're evil, you view pornography, yet we're the largest exporter of pornography in the world. You know, it's the pot calling the kettle black, and it is absolutely insane. And if you're not right, and you know, what's the Bible say? You know, pull the beam out of your own eye before you wipe the speck from, you know, somebody next to you. So before we go telling Putin how evil it is, why don't we stop being evil first? Then we can get back up on our high horse and tell the world, hey, what's right is right. But we can't do that right now. Am I wrong on this? Thoughts, opinions, let me know.